What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the collective clips where you already know. Tas. We get it in. Are you guys ready for another Super Norteno whooping? Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. And if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content that I stay kicking. And I highly appreciate the support, man. We going up 100, right? Let's go. Hey, fair, right? Like Crip Mac says, fair. Split Mac, give me a car, fair, right? We're going to get into it. Speaking of the fair was not fair. Now, recently there was a stabbing that happened at the Merced County Fair, and it took me back down memory lane. It took me back remembering a whole bunch of different incidences that either I was involved in or knew about, right? And I'm going to tell you guys right now, like I said in my past videos, the fair is not fair. If you're a gang member, you have no business going to the fair other than to create fucking chaos and ruin it for all the children that have been waiting all year long to ride the Galvatron, and you fuck it up, right? Look, we've been doing it. Every era does it. So I can't sit here and be a hypocrite and say all these youngsters in this era nowadays, they're ruining it for everyone. We were ruining it for everyone too. But let me tell you guys a story about Flex, the Super Norteno. Whooping! The real Super Norteno, right? Let me tell you what happened. So I'd been hanging around him and his little nephews for a minute, right? We were hitting box of chocolates. We were doing burglaries. And I remember like 2 days prior to this incident going down right here, like I had like almost a heart attack, right? This is what happened. So Flex and his fucking little nephews, they come to the pad. And this fool, they were like super, like always trying to get money. Straight up cabbies. They wanted to smoke yaks. And if, for those that don't know what those are, you got to refer to the Merced handbook, right? But that's what they were on. So any piece of money that they can get their hands on, they were going to do that. They were going to come back, flip it. So it was kind of like a win-win situation. I didn't even have to steal the VCR to get the VCR. That's just how it was, right? And I hated going to Flex's house to pick shit up. Like he'd be like, hey, homie, can you come? Whoopin', can you come to my house? Hey, guess what, eh? I came up, eh, right? Hey, whoopin', eh? It was always, hey, I came up, eh, B. Motherfucker, what's happening, right? On Paru. And so I hated going to his pad because his jefita, I thought my tias were bad. They didn't got shit on his jefita, right? His jefa was different. She was a gangster. And see, there's a difference between an old Chicana tia, Mexicana tia that's just mean with the chancla, right? We're talking about someone who carried a 380. Like she was a lot different. You'd walk in and she'd be like, she didn't even say what's up and shit. She'd just be like, and then when she didn't want you in her house, she just didn't answer the fucking door. But I was like, man, I was spooked of his mom. Like, man, every time I go over there, I'd hear her beating all her kids' asses, the young ones. I'd be like, oh, nah, I'm cool, man. It's going down over there, right? So I'd stay outside and just wait, hoping that someone came out and I could tell me, hey, psst, Flex here or what? That's how it was. So anyways, I remember going to his pad. He was like, hey, we hit a box of chocolates. We did all this. That's what we call burglaries, right? So I came and they had a whole bunch of bullshit, like the old camcorders that didn't work, that took the big old VCR tapes and shit that just wasn't, old pagers that were disconnected. And like, hey, bro, what do you think I can get for this pager? A dime? I don't know, right? At this point, it's fucking, I mean, that's only for flossy. Remember back in the days, motherfuckers used to wear the pagers? They weren't even hooked up. That's when you knew you were doing dirtbag. Now you're older and you look back at it like, damn, if I was rocking the pager, shit wasn't even connected. Hey, we used to clown on homeboys. They'd be like, hey, look at my new pager. Yeah, call that motherfucker right now. I want to hear it beep. Oh, for why you got to put me on blast? Man, if you don't turn that motherfucker the other way, everyone had them backwards. Remember? So the clip was sticking out, so everybody was trying to floss. And then when they got the fucking Motorola sidekicks, motherfuckers thought they were bad. Anyways, right? Memory lanes. So I go to Flex's house. He showed me a whole bunch of caca, and I'm like, nah, I'm cool, bro. This is like, there ain't nothing I can do with this. The homies ain't going to want this shit, right? He's like, damn, bro. The fair's coming up. Me and my fucking nephews were trying to stack money to go to the fair. Whopping. I was like, whoa, I don't know Whopping. Whopping hit the fence. Back in the days, I ain't going to give because I don't even know if it's still like that, but there was a little spot, one little corner, right, where you could wiggle in where a little fence was cut one time for their mind. So I was like, you have to wiggle through the fence. Oh, fool, I don't like that, fool, because I'm trying to get the bracelet and shit, right? Fool, what are you trying to do, right? The Ferris wheel? Get the hell out of here, right? So he was like, "Are you guys going to the fair?" Hell yeah, we're going to the fair. We're going to go fight Southsiders. If we see them, shit, you already know what it is. Wartime, right? We're just talking shit. So anyways, I jam. He calls me later on. He calls the pad. You know, this is way pre-cell phones and all that. Like only the rich people had the big black cell phone, Master P and shit, Ice Cream Man. So he calls me. He's like, "Hey, fool." He's like, "Hey, we know this pad. We can hit this pad and come up, right?" So I'm like, "All right, cool. Let's go." So sometimes I'd go with them, but this was broad daylight. And I didn't realize the situation that they were putting me into. Right now that I think about it, it's like, why didn't they fucking just go in themselves and bring me the goods? Why do I have to go in? He put me up to, hey, there's hella money in there. There's hella, this dude, he's a baller. He's a baller. I was like, why, you know him? Yeah, I'm good friends with them. All right, it's cold-blooded. You know, you don't think back in them days, like, oh, for real? Yeah, that was like, you're in. Hell yeah, I'm good friend. I was eating at his house last night, fool. Yeah, I think his lady likes me and shit. Right? So I'm like, all right, cool. So he's like, whopping, let's go. So these dudes won't even hit the block. They're like, that house. I'm like, one of you motherfuckers go with me. They're like, nah. It only takes one person, bro, because he knows us, eh? He knows, and it sounded feasible, right? It sounded understandable. Like, okay, he does know him. If someone happens to see them on the block, they're gonna fucking point. You know what I mean? Me, I'm new to that particular, not to that area. That's my fucking damn near to my neighborhood, but I'm new to that pad, right? And I probably know the cat, but I'm trying not to. Do you understand? Like, right at this point, my mind is locked in. Like, oh, I wonder if he has some bad jerseys, right? I'm gonna come up. And I need a fit for the fair. Fair was in 2 days. So anyways, I remember I got in. Way we used to get in is, I mean, if there's a window open, sure, right? Easy way out. We used to kick the front door in, man. I'm just going to be real with you. It sucks. And we had an old thing. This is what we used to do. We used to knock at the door, and we'd knock hard, like boom, like task force, right? Because we wanted to make sure no one was in there sleeping. Like, we're waking your punk ass up. Get up. Oh, fucker, we're trying to rob you, right? So we're knocking on the door, or I am. And the whole get down was, as soon as someone answered, you can't look scared and shocked like you didn't expect it. You just got to fucking go with the flow. You got to be like, hey, look, my little dog, I think went in your backyard, he's running around. You mind if I look, or can you look for me? And usually they'll be like, oh, yeah, go around the gate. And that gave you, so you can look and see if any windows were going to be cool for later, right? And then you just abort mission. Oh, no, my dog's not back here. Hey, thank you. I appreciate you, man. Oh, yeah, no doubt. Anytime. I know. Any fucking time. I know it. I see in the bathroom window. You know what I'm saying? We'll throw the little homie through that motherfucker. So anyways, that was the plan. If people didn't answer by about the 6th knock, boom, I'm in, right? It was just a quick kick right by the lock and you're in. And it wasn't kick back, lounge, see what's on Netflix. There was no Netflix back then. So you didn't Netflix and chill. You went straight to the room, flipped the mattress, opened the drawers, went to the kitchen, made a quick sandwich because you need energy, and you got the fuck up out of there, right? Take whatever you can. Jewelry, money, and foreign objects, and I'm gone. So I go in this room, man, and there's hella gold change. There's jars of change. I remember there was all kinds of jerseys. And that's what I was after. I was like, oh, but they were too big for me. But back in them days, who gives a shit, right? So take it to the homegirl. The boosting homegirl, she knows how to do anything that involves clothes, especially stealing them. So I'm coming. I got a whole bunch of 49er, Raider jerseys, fucking Lakers, like all kinds of shit. I'm like, damn, this fool has the shit. Jars of change in my pocket, all kinds of jewelry. What a dirtbag, huh? And as I'm going out, there's like a sliding glass door, and I'm going to go out that way so I can go hit the back fence, the alley, come around the cuts, meet the homies, and bam, I got everything you didn't. So, and we could split that. And so as I'm going right there, the fucking front door opens, and I look like a deer in the headlights, and this big-ass dude's looking at me with this old lady. They're carrying in groceries. And he's shocked, which understandable. I'm in his pad. He's like, what the fuck? I'm like, what? I'm acting like fucking they just walked in my house. What the fuck are you doing here? Right? Who are you? Right? He's like, who are you? Man, I took off at the dead run. Bing, ran into the fucking glass window. It didn't break. Slid that motherfucker. He was trying to get me too. Boom. Hey, he was on my boo heels. I ain't gonna lie. I jumped over that motherfucking fence quick. I was gone. I called the homegirl. She came and swooped me up, right? I didn't even go back with flexing them. I left them. So whatever, I dropped all the jerseys and shit. I got the things full of change and some gold chains. That's about it. So I get back there like, what happened? Whopping. Did you come up, eh? Did you come up, eh? Right? That's how they had a deeper voice. You come up? I'm like, nah, man. Fuck, bro. You set me up. He's like, no, I didn't know. I seen him when they came home, bro. We're right down the corner watching. We are like, damn, he's fucked. That two fool's gonna beat it. I said, that's a big old dude, man. He said, yeah, bro, his old lady's bigger. Did you see her? I said, yeah, she got him by about 100, huh? Damn, struggle's real. No wonder he has all those jerseys. He's trying to go to the fair too and get him something. So anyways, they were just asked out. I gave one of the gold chains to the homegirl for picking me up, and that was that, right? I kept what little I had. I traded it in for a little zipper, and boom, flipped that. So now I got money. So here comes fair time. So this is what happens, right? I'm not going to the fair with Flex and all them guys, because that's like, there's levels to this shit back then. There was the homies, and there was the homies, right? So Flex is right here with the homies, like people that you associate with at night, or people that you know and everyone knows them too, but no one says they know him. You know, he's one of them. He comes from a family like that. Like, oh yeah, you know the homeboy Flex? Why, do you, eh? Right? Yeah. Okay, yeah, I do too. Right? Like you just don't want to be in association with cockroaches like you just don't want to do it. Even though it's a good homie and he's down to fucking fight and all that shit, you just don't want to do that, right? But he's also one of those hood trophy homies, right? Where he's putting in his work, he's doing his thing. So, and even though he's not from the bottom, he's just doing his thing. That if he ever needs backup, like everybody will be there. Nobody will be there like to help him if he's homeless, but everyone will be there to back him up if he's gangbanging. Just how it was, man, right? So anyways, there's the homies, and that's my crew. You know, homeboys that I keep back with every day that I fuck with on the regular. So we're going to the fair. And if we see flexing them and passing, I'll hit him with one of these and keep it pushing, right? He'll be like, hey, bro, whooping, buy me a corn dog. Fuck you, right? Fuck yeah, in that corn dog. Eat it sideways if you're gonna eat it. Don't embarrass me. So I'm walking with the money that I made from that lick that he helped me on, and I don't even want to associate with them. So here we are. We get to the fair. The homies get to the fair, and flexing them already there. Them motherfuckers been there since the daytime. They've been riding rides and shit, eating all the cotton candy, like him and his little crew. And it's always him. He never like had homeboy. I never seen him with like homeboys. Like no homeboys wanted to say that, like that he existed. It was like Bigfoot, right? Hey, fool, were you kicking it with Flex? I said, no, hell no, fool. I never kicked it with that fool like that. I don't know why, but it's just the reputation his family had. They fuck around. They stole from everybody. And that's the truth, right? So anyways, no one really wanted to fuck with him, but they fucked with him. Here goes, we get there. I see Flex and all them. They're right there. They're all flamed up, Mongolians, fucking just bunch of just Nortenos, right? And we're like G'd up like this, right? Clean. Red rags in our back pocket, red rags on my face, send it because the Norte raised me, stand up, llantas, right? Big Rome said it. So anyways, I'm mobbing, right? I see him, he's like, Whoopin', what's up? Whoopin', eh? That's how he used to say, hey, what's up? And their crew is not part of our crew, so we're not crewing. And as we go, I see a gang of paisas. Now, it's not unusual to see a gang of Mexicanos, a gang of paisas, but these dudes were like paisas. They were like some, they were los bukied out the game. Okay, it looked like banda machos walking around there. They were pretty deep, and they had all the finest chicks in there. Why do the paisas have that? It's because they're fucking willing to spend their last dime, huh? They'll work in the fields for fucking 2 months straight and spend it all on a fat white chick. It happens every time. But they always got bad ones. So there was these Mexicanas there with them. So everyone's noticing, like you walk past in the fair, you just walk around like you're tough, right? And these paisas, and they were like loud and faded, like they came from the beer gardens. And so anyways, I'm tripping out on them. Whatever, no big deal, right? They're doing their thing. They're not disrespect. They're not Southerners. They're not there to gangbang on us. And we had our own internal beefs at that time. It was red on red going on. So we had to worry about the north side coming, you know what I mean? Because they were with the business and they'll jam us up quick, right? It was back and forth. And then Southerners would come from Atwater or Los Banos, wherever they were from in Merced County or wherever. They would slide through every once in a while and it'd be on and cracking, right? So you just had to be on your toes. The fair was not like enjoyable. I don't know why we went. It wasn't like, hey, man, we're going to go have a good time. It was like, hey, we're going to probably go to jail. Most likely prison, right? And it was like the thrill of the adventure, right? So anyways, as we're mobbing around, I see these paisas and I see Fleco, and he's trying to get at Flex, right? I call him Fleco. Anyways, he's trying to get at this chick, one of the paisa chicks, and he's talking to her, whatever. I don't know exactly what he's doing. Maybe he's like, hey, fucking, you smell good, right? I don't know what he's doing, but he's like, whoopin', you smell good. He's over there chilling. I see him. All of a sudden, I want to know him. See, I need to know him because if you pull one chick, you pull them all, right? And these paisa dudes, they're the type that just, they get on their own shit. They start doing the fucking Valentin. They start horse playing and shit with each other. You feel me? You know what I'm talking about, right? And they forget the females are even with them. Hey, compa, ¿cómo te llama? Juan. Mi nombre es Guardo, right? So they're just fucking chilling. And they like to play a little bit. That's their issue. So anyways, I'm over here with, shout out to my paisas, but I'm just telling the truth. So I see him. I'm like, what's up? So we walk up and he's like, oh, yeah, fool. Yeah, man, hey, I'm getting at this chick. She's bad. And she was. And she has some friends there. And so all the homies we gravitating. We're chopping it up. The Pisces are kind of looking at us mean, but they walk off. A few of these chicks leave with them. So the chick's like, hey, I got to go. One of those dudes is my brother. I got to go. So Fleco's like, all right, how am I going to get a hold of you? Because back then you didn't have cell phones. She's like, hit my pager. So, of course, his pager is disconnected. So he gets her pager number, right? This back in the days, we carried a pen and paper. You write shit down. And so they mob off. So without the chicks, there's no reason to communicate with the homeboy, right? Besides on the under. So I'm like, all right, bro, we're going to go over here. He's like, whooping, let us walk with you. I said, fuck, no. You're crazy, bro. You attract the 10. Hey, probation and parole officer and all that be following that motherfucker. He's Mongolian out, tatted back. Well, a couple tattoos, all skinny and shit, flamed up. All his fucking nephews are like little bad baby kids. Like, nah, I'm cool, bro. So we leave. We leave the fair. No incidences, no nothing. We see the Pisces and the chicks, but they're at the beer gardens drinking. It's not a big deal, right? We jam. We go to the homegirl's house. And the plan is to throw an after party and everything. And I had a pager at that time, right? I did have a pager. It was 1996. I just got out of YA. I was 18 years old. I was sounding a little A1 from day one. I thought I was bad, right? I had my Mongolian dropped. I thought I was cool. So I'm right there chilling at the homegirl's pad. We're about to throw an after party. We're going to go get cases of beer. Everyone's going to come after the fair or wherever you're at the club and come over there. And we don't ever tell anyone when we went to the fair. The homegirls be coming off from the club looking all good from Fresno, smelling good, talking about, what'd you guys do tonight? So dope, right? We don't ever say we went to the fair. We sound corny. Oh, I went to the fair and got me a cotton candy. Fuck that, right? So we're kicking back and my pager starts going off, beep, 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 911, 911, 730, 911. Now, let me explain something to you about my neighborhood. You'll see a lot of the dead enders from Merced say 730. I don't know if you've ever seen that, if you know what I'm talking about. That's a code. That's a code because that was a pager code. 730, you turn it upside down, it says DEL, which was my neighborhood. So yeah, that was created back in the pager days. That's a fact. 1 billion%, right? That ain't no area code, no none of that. 730, 730 is for dead end, upside down is DEL. It's a pager number. Anyways, it's going up, blowing up, blowing up, blowing up. So I get over there and fucking Fleco's like, hey, fool, there's a gang of Southsiders here at the fair. They're following us, man. Come back over here. Come back over here. So I'm like, oh, bro, we're already partying this shit. He's like, nah, bro, you ain't got weapon. You ain't got my back. Well, fuck you, eh? I'm like, hey, calm down, bro. He's like, no, bro, I'm scared. There's a gang of them, eh? I'm like, he's like, it's just me and a whole bunch of my fucking nephews. I said, well, get the fuck out of there, bro. So in the fairgrounds, if you walk out the front, there was like a taco, not a taco shop, but like a taco stand across the street, right? Like a little bit to the left and down the street. So that's where everyone used to go get food and shit after the fair or whatever, or they'll go to Bethel's Taco Shop, get the California burrito. Anyways, only the West knows that. So I'm like, go over there, bro. We'll meet you over there. So I tell the homeboy, right? My homeboy Pookie, I was like, hey, bro, let's go swoop up Fleco and his nephews. They're fucking about to get jumped by a gang of Southerners. It's on and cracking. So a gang of homeboys getting cars like, oh, fuck that. We're going to get it. Because we already know if these Southerners are following Southerners, ain't no punks. They're going to follow them. They're either going to get off right there. By the time we get there, it's going to be too late. And at least we tried. And it's the effort that counts. We get an A for effort. But if not, they're going to make it across the street at that taco stand. And we're about to menudo something. Straight up, torta style, right? Guard! It's going down. And so, man, let me tell you what happens. As we're bending the corner, I see it going down. I'm like, oh, shit. Fleco's in the middle of the street with his shirt ripped in 2 different pieces, but it's still hanging from, you know how like when you rip your shirt, it's still hanging from around his waist. He's all bloody as fucking Mongolian, is frizzed out. He's going through it, right? This motherfucker, I jumped off the car at a dead run, like the homeboy's cruising. I'm like, oh, shit, let me get off. Let me go help him. I ran. I started fighting, man. There wasn't a motherfucking Southsider in sight. It was a gang of paisas, and I'm not going to lie, the paisas were fucking the homies up. Hey, what happened was, I guess Fleco ran back into the chick, started popping at her. She was really feeling them, right? So he's like, whooping, let's go to my pad, right? He wants to do whatever he wants to do with her. Hey, he sees all these dudes tripping, so he knows if he tells us, if he calls me and he's like, hey, fool, or what do you call it? Fucking pages me, and I call him back, right? And I know people are like, well, how'd you call him back, right? What do you mean, how did I call him back? He went right there to have like a service, you know, the service thing? And he was like, this is what, right? So anyways, I go over there and I call him back, or anyways, he paged me, and then I called him back, and he goes, whatever, what do you call it? He was like, these fucking Southsiders are after us. They're trying to get us, eh, right? I'm like, how the Southsiders after you? Really? There wasn't a lot of them when we left. Like, I didn't notice any, but whatever. But he knows if he tells us that, then that's the only way that we'll fuck with them. So anyways, when we get there, man, it's all paisa. Because if you would have told us, hey, the paisas are after me, I'd have been like, man, fuck you, man. Puro paisa gang, right? Again, whatever, eh? So anyways, the paisas done fucked him up. We came. We're fighting a little bit. The paisas took off in their trucks. They ran. The chick, hey, he ended up getting the chick, though. She was all, hey, pobrecita. And she, fuck, he went home with her, right? This is what I'm saying, man. The incidences would go down at the fair. The fair was not fair. But Fleco, he used that excuse all the time. The Southerners, because he knew that got people's blood boiling. Hey, fool, I think there's a Southsider hanging out right here on my street. I pull up, it's a black dude, right? What happened? I didn't want to come out because, black dude, they'll steal from you and shit. Get the fuck out of here. Anyways, hey, with that being said, man, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, whooping for what it's really about, man. And that's the betterment of all people. Look, we got more Super Nortenos coming up. And let me tell you this one. I'm about to introduce you to his family, and it's about to hit the roof. You thought my tia was bad? His sisters and Jefa, yeah, they're phenomenal. If you guys enjoy it, hit a 1. If you don't, we're going to still do them anyways. Bang, bang, gun gang.